About a week ago, the new Money Fronts DLC dropped in GT Online, bringing new vehicles and businesses to the game. However, this week even more vehicles were added, along with the rest of the DLC content now available to all players. I went ahead and bought the new cars, and in this video, I'll be ranking them from worst to best, based on the price, performance, customization, and overall enjoyment. Keep in mind that I'll be only reviewing regular cars. The police bike and the Bobcat security stockade won't be on the list, so we're looking at exactly 10 vehicles in total. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, consider subscribing, and let's dive in. Before actually starting the ranking, I just wanted to quickly go over the prices of the new cars. First, on Legendary Motorsport, we had the Grotti LS Carmi Cheetah Classic coming in at $1.9 million. The Overflot Suzume, which is going for an insane $3,070,000. The other three are available on Southern San Andreas Super Autos. The classy Walton L35 stock at $1.3 million, the Annis Minimus at $1.4 million, and the classy Tampa GT also at $1.3 million. In total, I spent $9,058,700 just on the cars, plus $1,480,070 on the customization, and around $1.6 million more for an HSW upgrade on one of those vehicles. I'm completely broke now, please leave a like. Starting off in the 10th place, we have the Grotti LS Carmi Cheetah Classic. Honestly, I couldn't put any other car in this spot, it just had to be this one. First of all, the price is way too high. $2 million for this car is absolutely no sense. Second, it has almost no customization. Literally, the only things you can change are performance upgrades and the basic stuff: paint, wheels, and windows. There are no spoilers, no bumpers, skirts, no splitters, nothing at all. So basically, you're paying over $1 million more than the original version just to get a livery, less customization, and a wide body look. It really doesn't make sense to buy this thing, to be completely honest. As for performance, it's not terrible, it's okay, but it's nothing too special compared to the original, both in handling and speed. It's kind of fun to drive, but seriously, it's not worth it. There's nothing this car does better than most cars in the game. There's really nothing special about it, and on top of that, the price is ridiculous. I strongly recommend you to not buy it, please. Coming in at number 9, we have the Annis Minimus. The price isn't extremely high by today's standards, but for what you're getting, it still feels a bit expensive. It's definitely not a cheap car considering what it offers. When it comes to customization, it's alright. Nothing crazy, but you do have a few options to work with. Still, don't expect anything out of the ordinary, it's just okay. Performance-wise, this car is honestly very mid. The acceleration is not great, the top speed is a little bit better but still nothing impressive. The handling is probably the best part of the car, it feels relatively good to drive, but again, nothing special. It's just a super average car overall. It's not bad, but it doesn't shine in any area either. Even visually, it's not really a car that stands out. There's nothing about it that grabs your attention or makes it worth buying just for the looks. It's not a terrible car, but it's definitely not something I would recommend picking up unless you just really like it for some personal reason. Coming in at number 8, we have the classy Walton L35 stock. This one is a bit different. It's not a supercar, it's actually a pickup truck, but honestly it's super cool. It really surprised me in a good way. First of all, this is actually the cheapest vehicle in this DLC, which is a really important point. It's not super cheap in general GTA terms, but for this DLC, it's the most affordable option. Now let's talk about customization. This thing has a lot of customization, like a lot. And it's not just quantity, the customization is actually really cool and interesting. You can make some really good looking builds with this truck, and I actually had a lot of fun customizing it. There are some great little details you can add, and they really make the car stand out. That being said, let's be honest, it's not a super useful vehicle. It's a pickup, so unless you're into RP or just cruising around, it's probably not going to have much use in regular GTA Online gameplay. Performance-wise, the acceleration is surprisingly good. The top speed is okay, nothing crazy, but honestly, I was expecting this truck to be much slower. It actually performs way better than I thought it would, which was a nice surprise. Overall, I really enjoyed this one. It's fun, it's got great customization, and it's not as slow as you'd think. Definitely a solid pick, especially considering it's the cheapest car in this DLC. Next up, we've got the Classy Tampa GT. Price-wise, it's sitting at $1,311,000, which is basically the same price range as the Classy Walton L35 stock. It's not much more expensive at all. When it comes to customization, it's actually really good. There's a solid amount of options and some of them are super clean. I really enjoyed customizing this one. Honestly, the build I ended up with looked amazing. Between this and the L35 stock, I'd probably had a bit more fun customizing the L35, but it's not a huge difference. Both are really enjoyable to work on. Now, performance is where this car gets a bit tricky. The acceleration is pretty bad, and this thing slides like crazy. Seriously, it feels like you're driving a drift car all the time. It's super hard to control, it constantly feels like it's about to lose grip, and that makes it pretty frustrating to drive it in normal situations. That said, the car can be upgraded with HSW upgrades, and that's a huge advantage. The top speed with HSW is extremely fast, and that's honestly what saves this car. Just keep in mind that the HSW conversion costs around $1.4 million, so that's an extra investment on top of the base price. The only reason this car ranks above the Walton L35 stock for me is because of the HSW upgrade. It makes it insanely fast. If it wasn't for that, I'd probably place it below the L35 because the handling really is that bad. Coming in at number 6, we've got the Karin Woodlander. This is a 4-door SUV, and in terms of price, it's pretty reasonable compared to the other cars in this DLC. It's not super cheap, but it's definitely leaning more towards the affordable side. When it comes to customization, there's really nothing special here. You've got the basics, but it doesn't offer anything impressive or unique. It's just very standard. Performance-wise, the Woodlander can be upgraded with HSW upgrades, which is definitely a big plus. The top speed is decent, although I'm pretty sure it's a bit slower than the Tampa GT. Where this car really stands out is in the handling. It handles way better than the Tampa GT and feels much more stable on the road. Acceleration is pretty average, not too fast, not too slow. Now when it comes to looks, from the front I actually really like it. The front design is clean and looks good, but from the back I completely hate it. It looks awful. It honestly reminds me of some weird insect. If it had a bit of more customization and a better rear design, this would probably rank higher. But overall, it's still a solid car, it handles well, has HSW upgrades, and earns its place here at number 6. Coming in at number 5, we've got the Annis Hardy. In terms of price, I think it's actually pretty fair. Maybe it's just a tiny bit on the expensive side, but overall, I'd say the price is reasonable for what you're getting. Now, the customization on this car is incredible. Seriously, there's so many options and a lot of real clean choices. I had a great time customizing this one, and I honestly think this might be the best looking car I own right now. I absolutely loved how my build turned out, it just looks amazing. Performance wise, it's actually pretty good, especially for this type of car. I was expecting way less, but it surprised me in a good way. It does slide a little bit, not too much, but you definitely need to be careful with sharp turns. It's a bit loose sometimes, but it's nothing too serious. Also, this car sounds great. It's one of those little details that make the car even more enjoyable to drive. Honestly, this one was super close to taking 4th place on my list. It was a tough decision. It just barely landed in 5th, but it's definitely one of my favorite vehicles from this DLC. At number 4, we've got the Karin Evron RS. Price wise, it's pretty reasonable, sitting around $1.6 million, which I think is fair for what you're getting. What really makes this car stand out are the looks. I personally love how this car looks. It has a super aggressive, clean design that just works perfectly. I'd say the strong point of this vehicle is definitely its appearance. In terms of customization, it's solid, nothing crazy, but it offers a good amount of options, and I really enjoyed building mine. Performance is actually quite good. It got a decent acceleration, great top speed, and it sounds pretty good too. One thing that really surprised me, usually when you apply limo tints on most cars, the front windows stay almost fully visible, you can still see through them easily. But on the Evron RS, get noticeably darker, which is actually really cool. It's a small detail, but it adds to the aggressive vibe of the car. Overall, this is a super solid vehicle, mainly because of how good it looks. It's definitely one of the highlights of this DLC for me. Coming in at number 3, we've got the overclocked Suzume from Legendary Motorsport. This is actually the most expensive vehicle on Legendary Motorsport, excluding the F1 cars. It's a 2-door electric car priced at $3 million, which is honestly insane. When it comes to customization, it's nothing groundbreaking, but I really enjoyed customizing it. There are some good, clean options, and I really like how the car looks overall. It's actually a very beautiful car in my opinion. It has excellent acceleration, as you would expect from an electric vehicle, but the top speed is not impressive at all. For the price you're paying, it should definitely be much faster. It just doesn't make sense to cost this much and not deliver that kind of performance. The looks are great, the customization is solid, and it drives well in terms of quick starts, but the price is completely absurd. Honestly, I'd pay a maximum of around $2 million for this car, and even then it would still be a premium price. But $3 million, that's just too much for me. I would only recommend buying this car if you really love how it looks and how it drives, and if you have plenty of money to spare. If you're not sure about it, or if you're tight on cash, I don't think this is a smart purchase to make. Alright, coming in at second place, and this one is a bit controversial, so feel free to disagree in the comments, we've got the Sentinel GTS. For me, it's still not better than the Rapid GTX for a few reasons that I'll explain in a bit. But visually, it's right up there at the top, alongside the Ennis Hardy. In my opinion, both look really good. The price is actually pretty good if you complete the quickie farm missions. Those missions don't take long, and by doing them, you'll unlock the trade price, which makes the car much cheaper. That's definitely a big plus. Customization is great, is very clean, has a solid amount of options, good variety, and really nice details. Performance-wise, it's strong, good acceleration, good top speed. Overall, it's a very solid car. But even with all that, I still think it doesn't beat the Rapid GTX. This was a really tough choice, but I still think the Rapid GTX deserves first place. It's competing directly with the Sentinel GTS, but overall the Rapid GTX delivers better performance. I'm not even sure if it's technically faster in terms of top speed and acceleration, but it definitely feels better. It's more comfortable, more controllable, it just drives nicer. Honestly, I'm not sure what else to say. It was a really close call. The Sentinel GTS is an incredible car, and I know a lot of you will probably prefer it over the Rapid GTX, and that's completely fair. I think that's a valid and reasonable opinion. But I personally feel like the Rapid GTX is one of those cars people are sleeping on. It deserves more credit than most people are giving it. And that was my ranking of the new cars that dropped with the Money Front DLC in GTA 5 Online. Let me know down below in the comments what you think. Which one's your favorite? Do you think my list makes sense, or would you change something? I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button and feel free to subscribe for more content like this. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.